City itself, one word would just be lost.
You know, there was that sense of hopelessness that, you know, regardless of who you talked to, if they had never heard of Jesus or they claimed to be an atheist, it was just a sense of hopelessness.
For me, the city, it was very different than I had thought. It was a shock to me how accepting they were to talk with us.
One of the days when we were almost done with our outreaches, this man rode up to us on his bike while we were sitting down next to our backpacks. And he rode up to us and he said, "What's going on here? Or what is everyone doing?" And we said, "Oh, we're having an outreach. We're singing and dancing and telling people about Jesus." And he looks at me and he says, "Jesus, who's he?" And I said, "Have you ever heard of the story of the cross and what this man did for you?" And he said, "No, what did he do for me? Who is he?" And he was so open, and he let me tell him the entire gospel story, and he had so many questions about it. And he was so ready to give his life to Christ.
I remember the first day we got there, and we were just in the rain, we were tired, we started singing, and that was it. We were just in a circle singing, and it was like lighting a candle in the darkness. People just started coming, and that's when I knew it's not about me, it's just about the presence of God.
The connection with people was very, very simple for me. God is working in each one of us, here in America, there in Berlin, there in Warsaw, and that the same experiences that they're experiencing, that loneliness, of sadness, of loss, of addictions, of, you know, those are things that have happened in my life and the people that I know, so that I can relate to them in a very simple way. It was always easy to pull out things that God had done in my life so I could testify to them about how God could move in their life.
While we were in Germany and Poland, God really showed me it's never you sharing the gospel, it's always God coming through you and using you to show other people His love.
Sharing my testimony, I remember some parts, but it was all God. It was all God flowing through me, and none of the words were mine, it was all Him.
I really felt the power of God working through me to stress what it was that He wanted me to share. You know, there were many times that when I would go up to talk to somebody, I could tell by looking in their eyes, or I had this sense of what it was that they needed to hear God speak to them through me.
God just really confirmed this year that He has really given each and every one of us His spiritual authority as we gave testimonies on the street and called out to Him through prayer, that He really just displayed His power in amazing ways.
It was an amazing experience, even the preparation, getting ready to go to Berlin. Many dance practices and the girls learning spiritual warfare, the lyrics of the song and why we were dancing. I saw the girls grow a lot, and it was definitely needed.
These dances are more of a spiritual battle than anything else. They may be a performance, but they're a performance through Jesus.
Whenever we would go to dance, it was clear that it was the enemy trying to keep us from showing the love of Jesus to these people, and that every time we would try to dance, something would go wrong, but we fought through it, and it was a really good experience. Watching them dance, they would never stop dancing. It was always something that they would finish, kind of like proclaiming that we had won and that Jesus was the victor in that situation. And it was always a very victorious time, and it was just really awe-inspiring to watch.
What really stuck out to me was the amount of spiritual resistance that we got on this trip. Everywhere we went, there was something that was trying to distract, something that was trying to oppose, to change our plans. It's because God had huge plans for the team. This year we got to see over 40 salvations, which was just amazing.
There was a boy, Oliver, who had been there for one of our outreaches, and he became saved that day. He decided that he would join us the next day for what we were doing, and his fire for God was just unbelievable. He even started talking to people and sharing his faith, and he'd only been saved for 2 days, and it was just a very inspiring experience.
I just love working with Jeff and Barb and Matt Lincoln all over at European Initiative. I mean, they just, from the minute we got there, they responded to our every need. They had every detail planned out. They were just very methodical and really leaned upon the Spirit and His guiding of strategically placing us in areas that the Lord wanted His presence to be made known.
To anyone who might even consider going, absolutely go. to anyone who's thinking about maybe they should, maybe they shouldn't, do it anyway. I mean, it's not about the cost. It's about what God's going to do through you while you're there.
Think about that might be the only time that they ever have someone talk to them about God. And so it made it a lot easier to let God just speak through me and use me, because I might be the only person to ever talk to them about that, and that could be a life-changing experience for them.
There are millions of Europeans who don't know Christ, and they're going to face eternities apart from Christ. And it's up to us to go and to share that good news, the good news of Jesus Christ, and God will do amazing work in you and through you. It's just so important that you go. You are needed, you're necessary, you're going to make a difference.